Hi everyone, let's join with another D365 Bits episode. Let's look at how we can integrate Power BI tiles in PowerApps. Firstly, let us look at the data in Power BI which we are going to use for this exercise later. In this Power BI report, the data is residing in Common Data Services. There are 9 responses received during March 23rd to 25th period, as you can see in this report. Out of which 8 people are interested in taking home care services and 1 person is not actually interested in the home care services. There are 3 types of home care services provided, and the bar chart shows the number of respondents who are interested in different types of services. But during the data gathering, respondents have shown interest in 2 service types only. So that we understand a bit about the data set that we are going to use for this demonstration, let's hover over the pie chart and pin it to the existing dashboard, which is HCS. Here you can create a new dashboard or pin it to the existing dashboard. We are using the existing dashboard HCS. Once you pin it, you can go to the dashboard to view the tile inside the Power BI dashboard. The key thing is actually to remember that you would need to give a title, otherwise you will not be able to find the tile from PowerApps. So in this case, for the new Power BI tile I have added, there's no title. Let's jump into the PowerApps. Click on Canvas app from blank, give it an app name. Let's give it as Power BI Tiles app. Let's select the format as phone and click on create. Blank Canvas app will be created in the background itself. Perfect, it's done. Let's give it a name, Power BI Tiles app. Let it save. Let's move back to the Power BI dashboard. You would notice that the first 2 tiles on top are having titles. The newly added Power BI tile is not having any title. So when you go back to the PowerApps, you will only see these 2 tiles. Let's insert a control into the PowerApps. Give a workspace name, give the dashboard name, and you wouldn't see here only 2 tiles are existing to select. If you go back to the Power BI dashboard, you would notice that last Power BI tile is not having a title, so that's the reason it's not showing there. So let's give it a title name, interested app, and let's go back to the PowerApps. Let's open our PowerApps again in edit mode so that it will refresh and show us 3 Power BI tiles inside so that we can map it in the PowerApps. So let it load back again. Let's override. Just to show you back, Power BI tile is having a title already. Okay, let's open our PowerApps and click on insert. Go to the controls, click on Power BI tile, and let's expand it. Click on workspace, select HCS and HCS dashboard. So now we are expecting to see 3 tiles. So we map the latest one, interested app. Let's give it a moment till it loads. So it loads in the PowerApps and it's showing the Power BI tile that we just changed the title. Now let's imagine in a scenario that we want to filter this Power BI tile. So how we should go ahead and filter this Power BI tile using a hard-coded text value. How to do that? So that's what we're going to try on this. Let's click on text, add in a text input. Let's adjust the Power BI tile a bit. To filter the tile, you have to play with the tile URL in the Power BI tile control inside the PowerApps. Let's open the tile URL. To filter Power BI tile, you must give table name and field name and the hard-code text value. So that's the required components that you need to give in. You add in ampersand, then dollar, give the filter equal, then you must give your table name. So this is the table name coming from the CDS CRE 9 E underscore home care services slash, and then the field name CRE 9 underscore name equal, then you have to give your hard-code text value. In this case I'm going to give Kasun, so I'm going to filter the name equal to Kasun in the Power BI tile. So let's see the results. So now I'm only seeing one record. Previously I see 9 records. Now I'm only seeing one record. Let's go back to our Power BI report and compare the report and see whether we are getting the correct results. Overall it's 9, but you would notice that on 24th March there's one record for Kasun. So that's the record that which was filtered in PowerApps just now. So there are other options that we can look at. We can use this text input as a variable, and then whenever we enter a text input here, we could be able to filter our Power BI tile. So let's look at how we can do it. We can use the text input control which has been added to the PowerApps already. Let's change the hard-code text value to the text input control. So you have to add the text input control here, single quotation, double quotation, and ampersand. In between you have to put in text input control, text input 1. Then you have to close also with the ampersand, double quote, and a single quote. Let's go ahead and key in the text value to filter the Power BI tile. Okay, it's perfect, it's filtering, so that means the filter did work. So the text input control is actually filtering the Power BI tile now. This was the second demonstration that I wanted to showcase in this episode, and the next scenario that I'm gonna demonstrate is adding a drop-down control to filter the Power BI tile. Let's add in a new screen to the PowerApps. Let's go to the control, add in a control here. Let's get a drop-down. Since we are going to filter our Power BI tile using a drop-down, and add in a Power BI tile as well. Let's get workspace as HCS, dashboard as HCS, and tile kind of services, so that the Power BI tile will be loading and you can see all the data and the visualizations, the bar chart. It's here. And now we need to work with the drop down. So let's select the data source for the drop down, select the items and click add sources, and let's go and filter in the sources. And in this case it's a common data services, and let's select home care services from that entity, and it's a premium connector, so it should be, at least you need to have plan 1 for this. Let's go to the value and let's select, it's actually it's interested services, so that you can see all the drop down values here. Let's go and play. Okay, now you see when I drop down, I'm actually seeing repeating values. So how to get rid of that? You can use distinct function, distinct, and this source is actually home care services in this case, and the expression, select interested services, and let's play it, and you notice that you are not seeing the duplicated values. Let's get the drop down to filter the Power BI tile. Let's filter tile URL. Let's drag the function area so that you can see. So in this case, we will get a drop down to, let's add in the filtration function and percent $, filter equal to, let's get the table here, let's get the table and /, let's get the field name CRE9E underscore interested services equal, and then let's get the drop down to get filter the Power BI tile, and let's put it here, drop down 1 dot selected dot value. Okay, so we have filtered. Let's play. Let's select home therapy services. There's no record for home therapy services. Home nursing services, you can see 1 record, and home personal care services, you can see 8 records. So it's filtering, it's perfect. Thanks for watching this episode. Hope to meet you with another D365 Bits episode.